Yeah, what's going on, guys? So, look, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how we increased the attributed revenue for this Shopify brand to up 146%. Okay, this is a lot, right? Now, this is a sharp increase compared to previous period. And also, what I want to show you is this has gone up 20% over the past 30 days, but this is averaging now at around 10,000 a month. And before it was around about 2,000 a month, right? So they're doing an extra £8,000 every single month from the things that I'm about to share with you in this video. So real good results. This is going between 32 and 27. Still decent results. They're not running massive amounts of paid traffic, so you can't expect the 40% if there's a lot of organic traffic, but still amazing results what we've seen. So look, these are the things that we did, right? So the first thing we're focused on is deliverability. Now we saw a massive jump with this, and this is one place where most e-commerce brands fail. This is one place where people get frustrated with, and this is one of the most important things in your entire ecosystem. If it doesn't land, it doesn't exist, right? If it doesn't land, people don't see it. So you've got to clean your list, warm your list up, and authenticate your domain. Do whatever it takes to open the inbox. Now, for these guys, they were on the wrong plan. They hadn't cleaned the list in a while, and they weren't sending enough emails to have a good sender reputation. So this is what we did. We focused on warming up that list, getting some emails going out on a consistent basis again, 3 to 4 per week. The right emails, and we didn't focus on conversion emails though. We focused on providing as much value as possible and not asking for the sale. But we saw a massive increase once we fixed this deliverability, and that's before we even touched any of the emails. That was just building on what they were already doing, right? Now, the second thing is the rule that I want to say is always be testing, A B testing. Now, A B testing doesn't stand for always be testing, it stands for test A against B, right? But you have to test if you want better results. So we started testing headlines, offers, buttons, send times, test it all because your gut is not as smart as the data. So when we started testing it, we were able to find the best variations, the type of emails that worked, and that is what we started pushing to really get up to from 2,000 to 10K a month, which is pretty unbelievable to be honest. The third thing is segmentation. We started properly segmenting the audiences. What they were doing before is they were sending not frequent enough emails, and they were sending emails to an entire list. And now what this means is your messages are not going to be hitting the right people. Also, what's going to happen is it's going to affect your deliverability because they're not hitting the right people. So what we focused on instead was segmenting to certain groups, like the people that have opened an email in the past 60 days. And the open rates went from, they were hitting like 30%, 40% to 60% consistently. So when we started segmenting, really helped the deliverability. More people got the emails, and they were only going to people who actually care about the brand. Next thing we did was started nurturing. Now, for this brand in particular, what we found is, you've got different types of campaign emails going out, right? So you should be sending out sales emails, right? But you should also be sending out information about your brand, what your brand's up to, right? These guys were just doing pretty much sales emails, right? Well, this brand in particular, every time they send out brand news emails, they're making way more sales than the sales emails, right? So this is where we focused on the nurturing, and we also added a couple of flows in order to really take those customers through the welcome flow, which it was lacking before. This company had a big team. I was telling them, show your team. People want to see that. People want to get invested. We started showing the team, then the welcome flow started operating properly. And we were able to really nurture some customers like that. Now, the next thing is function over design. Now, we didn't focus on pretty emails. What we wanted straight away, and what I would recommend anyone to start focusing on, is just get all the emails going out at the right time, the right information on there, simple, functional. Get what the information on there first, and then you can start developing with design later down the line. You don't have to get into it straight away. Okay, but just focus on the functionality and then build on the design afterwards. The design was not a main focus for us. Now, pop-ups. So they were pop-ups. They were converting about 1.3%, 1.4%, which is shit. Really bad. We took them from 1.3% to 5%. They also sell in multiple regions. We separated the desktop and the mobile banner to make sure that it opened up properly and looked the right size. We changed the offer to a mystery discount, and that's when it went from 1.3 to 5%. Just to give some idea of 1.3 to 5%, well, 1.3 to 5% is 500x, right? That's 500x the amount of people come on your email list. Once your emails are set up and going out properly, then that's a lot of people, right? That's going to be 500% more people on the list that are getting the emails. That's going to add to the entire ecosystem, and that's you're going to see the results of that later down the line. That's going to be 6 months down the line that they're really profiting from that. So really important to get the pop-up forms correct. Now the final thing that we did was set some targets, right? So part of this was I was teaching is in a team to do the email marketing because there was a team, right? Now I made it clear of the targets that we need to hit. Okay, so 45% plus open rates. Obviously, different types of emails got different rates. Revenue percent, click rates, and by focusing on these specific metrics, we was able to see what works, what doesn't, what needs tweaking. We were able to make the tweaks, and that is where we were able to see more revenue. So yeah, that's just a very simple way on how to do 10K a month with your email list. If you're doing less than 10K a month, you want to follow these steps because this is a massive part of your business. And if you need any help with emails, click the link below. Watch this next video.